Hello everyone and welcome back. In the previous lecture, we have started building up our very own Excel spreadsheet by entering text in our monthly sales report worksheet. Now in this lecture, we are going to enter some numeric values, some currency amounts in our sales report. So let's jump into our Excel application and continue building our spreadsheet. Now here we are inside our Excel application, and here inside of this section from the cell B4 down to the cell D18, I want to put my dollar amounts. So I'm going to jump into the cell B4 and start entering numeric values. And feel free, you can copy exactly what I've got. Or if you are creating your own sales report, feel free to put your own amounts. Alright? Now let's fill in the numeric data for the month of January. So in the month of January, oranges were sold for $120. Then we have apples. Apples were sold for $280. Then bananas were sold for $60. Then we have milk. Milk was sold for, let's say, $70. Then we have cheese. Cheese was sold for $260. Then eggs were sold for $50. Then we have butter. Butter was sold for $160. Then we have honey. Honey was sold for $140. Then we have sugar. Sugar was sold for $160. Then we have juice. Juice was sold for $140. Mushrooms were sold for $130. Then we have coffee. Coffee was sold for $250. Then tea was sold for $295. Then we have noodles. Noodles were sold for $440. Then we have candies. Candies were sold for $100. Similarly, we will fill in the numeric data for the month of February and for the month of March. So we have got our labels right there, and here we have got our numeric data. Our dollar amounts representing the sales amount for each product for each of these months. Now there is something I want to point out here. This is something small, but it's actually pretty big. Actually, there is a difference between the text values and the numeric values. Like I said, it's going to be actually small, but it can make a big impact inside of our spreadsheet, especially when we start getting into calculations. Alright? So just take a look at them. Compare these labels right here with these dollar amounts. So if you will take a look at these months and these products here, you will find that all these are actually left aligned. So in Excel, by default, the text values stays left aligned in the cell. On the other hand, if you will take a look at these numeric values, these dollar amounts, you will find that these are on the right hand side of the cell. So by default, the numeric values stays right aligned in the cell. So left aligned for the text and right aligned for the numbers. And now comes a question. Why did this happen? What is the reason for keeping the text values left aligned and the numeric values right aligned? Well, it happens for a couple of reasons. The first reason is it's cleaner. You will see the difference between the two just by looking at the spreadsheet. We know that this is text because this is left aligned, and this is numeric because this is right aligned. It looks cleaner, right? Now another reason is that if we start introducing decimal places inside of our numeric values, those decimals will be nicely aligned. Let me show you how. Now let's say I get into the cell B4 and we have got our oranges here, right? Now I'm going to double click inside of this cell in order to edit the numeric value. So in the month of January, oranges were sold for $120, right? Now let's change it from 120 to $120.25. Now let's get down to another cell and say that apples were sold for $280.55. And now let's get down to one more cell and say that bananas were sold for $60.44. And now have a look. Because these numbers are right aligned, these decimal points are in a line, nice and clean. If they were left aligned, the alignment of this decimal would be different. It would be random. Let me show you how. So as we have selected these three cells, let me just go up in my ribbon, and here in the ribbon we have an alignment section. Now here in the alignment section, we have some options to change the alignment of our data. Now I'm going to make these three numeric values left aligned. So here we can find an option for left align. Now let me just click over it, and here you can see that our decimal is no longer in a straight line. It's no longer clean, right? If I had more decimals here, I think you will see a little wave of decimals here, right? Now let me just make these values right aligned again. So I'm going to go to my quick access toolbar and click on this undo command. Now all these cells are right aligned and you can see these decimal points are in a straight line. Now as I don't want the decimals right now, so I will go up to my quick access toolbar and hit the undo command again. So here we have our simple values, $120, $280 and $60. So get those in there, add some more items in this product list and add some more numeric data here. So that's all for this lecture. I'm going to end it here and see you in the next one. Thank you.